representing the RedNeX gaming community, and I'm here with my battle buddy, Afterlife. We have noticed on the forums and on Reddit and all the other places people go for information that how to infuse your gear has been a real complicated issue for people. So what we're going to do today is we're going to give you a real short video as exactly how the infusion system works. And then, because we're streaming it from Afterlife's perspective, he's then going to demonstrate for you how it works so you can actually watch it happen. So the first thing to take into consideration when you're looking at infusing gear or weapons is that there's two different numbers you want to take into consideration. There is the base power level and the demonstrated power level. So if I look at this pulse rifle that I've got here, it does not have a mod on it, and that's another thing you got to take into consideration. Because it doesn't have a mod on it, its base power level is 276. If it had a mod on it, a purple mod, it would be +5 on top of that. So any items that are within 5 levels of each other can be infused into other pieces of gear. But you cannot take into consideration the mod, because it's going to present 5 more levels of light. The only thing you take into consideration when you're infusing is the base power level. So if I look at my submachine gun here, it's a 286. The reason for that is because it has a avoid damage mod +5. In terms of infusing, it's only a 281. So if I was going to put something into this submachine gun, it would need to be a submachine gun within 281 or better. What you should be doing right now during the first week of grinding is you should be looking for weapons and gear that are rolled with mods, purple mods. When you get past, like Afterlife and I, when we have gotten past 280, 285, you can buy purple mods from the gunsmith using your blue mods. You can only buy so many of those a week. Now, because there's a soft cap going on, thanks, Bungie, any of the purple items that you find, you need to be really sure that you double check to make sure that they don't have mods on them already. And if they do, that's the gear that you want to keep for your in-game gear. The way you check that is you go in and you inspect the item, you hit triangle on it if you're on PlayStation. I don't know what the fuck you press if you're on Xbox, because nobody in this clan plays on Xbox. But you go in and you inspect the gear, and right in between the infuse button and where you put your shader, you should see a mod spot. Now, some purple gear will come with a mod from the very beginning. Keep it. Put the other gear that doesn't have a mod into the gear that's rolled with a mod. If you do it the other way around, you're going to lose the mod, and that's going to cost you 5 light level. Exotics automatically come with a mod. That's why people are farming exotics right now, because it's guaranteed to have a mod. But you can only have one exotic weapon and one exotic armor piece, right? So the big important thing, even though exotics are great and all, is you need purple items that support those exotics. Especially if you're going to be adaptable on the field, you need to be able to substitute that exotic out with an equivalent purple. So that's why the most important thing right now when you're power leveling is to look at the purple items that you get out of the random engrams that you find on the field, or the engrams that you get for turning in your reputation for any of the, I guess we'll call them vendors or faction heads on the planets, turning in your weapon parts to the gunsmith. Anytime you get a purple engram, stop and look at that item and double check if it has a mod. Mods, mods, mods. So Afterlife, if you want to open your menu, I'll hand the mic over to you, and you can explain to them how it works by actually showing them how it works by doing an infusion.
Alright, so when I open my menu, I'm just going to use these boots here as my example. So right now you look at the base light, it says 284. But because if you go into the boots and you see this mod, it's really, you know, what the base is -5. You know? So if you look at it, it's 279 for real, but because of the mod, it bumped it up 5 light points. So when I go over to the boots again, and I go to infuse it, this 282 right here, it's going to let me go into it because it's higher than 279. So when I infuse, so I'm going to use dismantle for infusion. Now it put my boots up to 287. So it bumped it up 5 points.
It jumps it up based on the base power and then adds 5 on top of it because it has a mod. The boots that he put into those boots didn't have a mod on them. If he had done that the other way around, he would have lost 5 light on the exchange.
Because you destroy the mod in that transaction. So now that put me up to 285 light level as a total. And then it's kind of a rinse and repeat. And if you basically you want to keep all of your blue mods, because once you hit 280 light, every time you get 3 of these, you can turn them in at the gunsmith, and he'll turn them into purples for you.
Because when I say you're buying purple mods from the gunsmith, you're not actually buying them with, say, Glimmer. You're actually crafting them with blue mods. It takes 3 blue mods to make 1 legendary mod. Another thing you can do if you've got 2 legendary mods that you don't like for some reason, which I don't recommend you do this on week 1 when you're power leveling, because mods are such a rare commodity right now, is that if you break those mods down, you get mod components. And if you have 2 mod components, you can randomly generate a mod from the gunsmith. So if, say, you're looking for a mod specific for your, like I'm a hunter, for example. Banshee did not have any class item mods for my hunter class item for my cloak. So I either wait till the refresh to see if he has some that I can craft, or I break down 2 purple mods and roll the dice and hope that the randomly crafted purple mod that I get after breaking down 2 other purple mods happens to be what I want. The odds of that exponentially low at this point. So as far as week 1 and possibly week 2 are concerned, at least until you hit 280 or above, probably not worth it. Mods, purple mods are extremely hard to come by, and it really makes a difference when we're pushing past the soft cap. If you don't know what I mean by soft cap, there's 2 kinds of caps. There's the hard cap and a soft cap. And a hard cap is max light for this rendition of Destiny 2 Vanilla 1.0. You know, after raid, max raid gear, whether it be 300 or 350, that's debatable. Everybody's arguing about it, but I've heard both ways. So 350, if that's completely modded out, max light raid gear, hard cap 350. What a soft cap is something that isn't the hard cap, but it's hard to get over, because you get caught in this catch-22 where you need better engrams to get better light, but you need better light to get better engrams. That little obnoxious circle of BS is what we call a soft cap, because you're going to be at a point where I think the first soft cap is at 270 or 265 to 270. Once you're 265, 270, all the engrams that you drop are going to be in that light. You need to get over that in order to get engrams higher than that, so that you can bring up the rest of your gear. Yes, it is obnoxious. How do you do that? Mods. Modding your gear is how you jump over that cap. Is you just need to jump over that cap by 1 point. Once you hit 276, 277, you're over the threshold of that first soft cap, and all the rest of your engrams are going to drop based on your light level, and then you will bring it back up to 280. And then from 280 to 285, there's some guys out there that are in their 290s, so it's possible. It's just the most important thing to do right now, guys, gals, is to double check all the purple drops you get after you hit level 20. Double check all the purple drops that you get to make sure they don't have mods on them. Do not break them down. Do not stick modded gear into non-modded gear. Stick non-modded gear into modded gear. Make your life a whole lot easier. And that's pretty much it. Anything you want to add, Afterlife?
Well, I think that's about it on this episode of How to Infuse.
All right, we are the RedNeX gaming community. Check out our website, www.rednexgaming.com. Check out our YouTube. We don't do Twitter because Twitter's gay. So look for us out on the field. We are actively recruiting at the moment. And raid launches Tuesday, I believe, Afterlife. Is that right, Tuesday?
Yes, sir.
The refresh. So good luck on the raid, guys. Hopefully this advice is helpful, helping you get your teams raid ready, and we'll see you out there on the field.